Well, who would have thought? Fuck, oh, boys and girls. Right, this is something that'll do you. I had me baffled for ages till I realised what it was. Last thing on the earth, something I'd never even taken into consideration. So, was finally excited for drift night last night. I've had my Mst RMX 2.5 RTR sat in a box for just over a week, waiting for Drift Club to be on. Took it home, did a quick unboxing at the club, which you'll see later on in this video. And if you're planning on drifting one on carpet, mate, don't get the RMX ready to run unless you're prepared to just take all the electrics out. It behaved like it should have done on me laminate kitchen floor. Seemed to be okay on the carpet in the living room, but the problem is I'm a little bit disappointed that the electrics weren't censored for a start, and they're just not fast enough to maintain any kind of drift on a carpet track. The gyros just sort of works okay on concrete, not very good. So basically had a couple of laps of that, thought, nah, don't like that. And one of the lads went, oh, I've got a spare on a Seiki gyro if you want it. So I put it on, tried it, plugged it all in, set it all up, did a lap, and I don't know, something wasn't right. So I brought it back, put it on the table, sat there, smell burning, gyro, MST stock gyro, locked up solid and extremely hot, to the point where it had made the plugs on the Seiki gyro warm. And yes, I had plugged it in correctly. So that stayed on the bench the rest of the night, and I carried on drifting with mainly my Sakura D5, because the Yokomo, since I bought two 10BL 120s censored, the fans went on them first night, and both of the ESCs were all right for a bit. Even with new fans on, they're all right for a bit, then they just cut out, lose connection, then reconnect. So they're both going back. So anyway, I then, let me digress. So anyway, I got back home last night, and one of my other projects, I put a Toro, I believe it's a TS120 censored ESC in it, with a, can't remember the motor now off the top of my head, but it's censored. So I mounted the ESC where the ESC was, got the motor fitted, got everything dialed in, put a cheap AliExpress drift gyro, all metal geared, metal cased, low profile gyro in it. Doesn't need low profile really, but so I took that. I left the Honest Seiki gyro in that I'd been given the night before, last night. Absolutely fantastic, behaved as well as the Sakura does in the living room on the floor. So I thought, right, bonus, that's done. Let me have a quick chat with body on it. As I put the body on it, the ESC fan slowed down to an almost halt. Thought, razz it through there, razz it back, maybe it'll come back up again. Maybe it's a temperature sensor, or there's some sort of sensor, I don't know. Nothing was touching the ESC fan or the ESC, so I thought, right. Drove it from here into the kitchen, quick 180 back into here. And the ESC fan stopped as I pulled it up. Took the body off, ESC fan burst into life again, nothing touching it. So I'm like, a few times, body on, body off, body on, slowed down, body off, sped up. The magnets on the body were interfering with the magnets in the ESC fan. So I had a little rocket fan, which you'll see in the pictures or videos that will follow on after this one. That I put this rocket high-speed aluminium case fan on with a Hobby Wing quick run aluminium fan cover. Well, before I did it, I had to plug it into the program port on the Toro for now, until I bothered to get the soldering iron out and solder the plug on that I need to plug it into the original place on the Toro. Put the magnet up to the body mounts, up to the magnets, put the fan up to the magnets on the body. Not a problem, maintained its normal speed, mounted it all, screwed it all up, put it on, bang, perfect. So ESCs, this is something to be careful of that I'd never even thought about. When you're mounting your ESC at the back, like they do on the MSTs, like my Yokomo, that wasn't on magnetic body mounts but is now, be aware that the stock fans that come on these ESCs are not very good. And if the magnetic body mounts are very, very close to the ESC, you may very well take the fans out. Now, that wasn't the issue with the two 10BR120s that I bought, because one of them was on the bus, the other one was on the Yokomo and the Sakura D3 that I've got the Toyota Hilux on. The other was on the Yokomo, and the Yokomo wasn't on magnetic body mounts at that time. And the magnetic body mounts on the bus were on tall pillars. So that wasn't that. But just be aware, when you're mounting ESCs, you may need to buy an upgraded ESC cooling fan to prevent the magnets on the body from interfering with the magnetic field that moves the fan on the ESC. I've never even thought about that, you know. So anyway, I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to put you on with a couple of videos, showing it happening, because I thought, nah, nobody's going to believe this unless I video it. So I videoed it. The MST now is good to go. It's responding exactly the same as my reliable D5 build that I built from scratch. That's got the... I didn't get any videos at the club last night. We got some photographs of some new faces there, so we were kind of helping with setup and repairs and tweaking and fiddling. But we did manage to get some lovely drifts in last night. That D5 doesn't let me down. To be fair, the Yokomo, the only reason it let me down is I took a 10BR60 out and I put a 120 in, which, you know, as it turned out, both 120s I bought from the same place were faulty, and I'm having trouble with the seller, so I might have to do something about with that if time hasn't gone too far for me to return them. So I think I'll probably end up replacing them with Toros or buying Rocket Drift 10.5 ton 120 amp censored ESC motor combos are only about, yeah, I can't remember exactly how much, but they range from about 70 to about 120 quid. So yeah, you'll see in the videos to follow that body on fan. Ooh. Body off fan. Whee! So I will leave you with it. Bear that in mind. My thoughts on the Mst RMX 2.5 ready to run chassis is absolutely superb. Fantastic. Gearbox is awesome. Suspension setup's great. Body beautiful. Chassis very well laid out, very balanced. When the underpowered ESC on tighter bends, it was working absolutely superbly. But for long drawn out drifts, just a motor in ESC hasn't got the power to do that on carpet. So yeah, buy it, but do buy it with the open-minded attitude that stock electrics aren't great. Had I been running concrete or resin, I haven't run concrete or resin much, but like I said, on my smooth kitchen floor, perfect. Bring it on the carpet, didn't really want to know. It's all right with short drifts, quick donuts, quick figure eights, and small tight corners. But when you get it out into an open carpet track, absolutely pants with the stock electrics. So the stock electrics is going to go into something else. Probably just one of my old TTO2 road cars or something like that. You know, with car park bashers. So, yeah, my opinion of it, I hate to say this, but why sell an RTR for that sort of money? I'm not saying that it's not worth the money, because it's like Texas. Over £300, right, £350, something like that normally, for the ready to run. And the electrics are shite. There's no other way to say it. The stock electrics are shite. Gyro burnt out in the first run. The non-censored brushed motor and ESC combo doesn't have the power to hold a long drift. The quality of the build, the quality of the parts and the chassis and everything else is absolutely fantastic, but the electrics are crap. I've got it on my Noble MB5, and that was the first thing I did. I zeroed out the stock MST electrics. Before I set the MB5 up, then I went through the full setup procedure. The MST gyro still works. Maybe the MST servo wasn't very good to begin with. So I'm going to give that MST gyro another go on another build at some point or another, and hold it in as a spare, because I do like the setup facility on that. But it is what it is, boys and girls. MST, have a word with yourself. For the money, put a decent powered censored system in it, at least 10.5 turn, because the stock electrics are pants, especially the gyro. Just not the gyro, sorry, the servo. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that thought. I thought I'd do this just to give you a semi-quick preview. I don't normally put my face on the YouTube channel, but you know. So anyway, boys and girls, enjoy it. Hope you found the video informative. Following videos show that. And one thing left to say, and that is simply, drive it like you need it. Bye bye. Right. Mst RMX 2.5 RTR. I've already opened it, had a bit of a play with the setup at home, and I have put it on my Sky MB4. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to nick a bit of their table for a minute, do a little bit of an unboxing. Although I have changed the wheel, well, the wheels that are on it are the ones that came with it. Really nice, detailed body with the MST mag mounts. Stock MST electronics. So the only thing that disappointed me is that it's not censored electronics, which means I will eventually be replacing the ESC and motor. I've had a play with the settings, and I've altered. Yeah, I've altered the setting for the slow return on the gyro. So we'll leave it off there a minute and I'll get this box out of the way. Right, so we just put the battery in it whilst I had a hand free. It's on the, and I can't remember what the mode's called, but we are on MST setting, but we do have slow return mode. What's this on now? And I do believe that the gyros come unplugged. Which allows you to have apparently a higher rate of steering without getting the wobble. So, time will tell. This is the first one I'm having on the track today. It has aftermarket MST wheels with adjustable offsets, so they're deeper dish at the back than the front, to fill the body nicer. So if I'm not sure whether I'm going to like that slow return, if I don't, I can turn it off. Right, here's the craziest ass thing you're ever going to see in your life. It took me ages to figure out what it was. Listen to the fan. I have never come across this before, and I've no idea, short of moving the ESC to here, I don't know what I'm going to do. Listen to the fan. Look how slow it's gone. Listen to the revs. And it virtually stops. You hear it slowing down. There's nothing touching it. It's the magnetic force field from there interfering with the magnets in the ESC fan. So, as this is all nicely mounted, I'm going to try and put a different fan on it and see if that helps. It's nuts. Put a faster fan on it, stronger magnet fan, stronger motor fan. I've never come across out like that in my life. Bonkers. Right, boys and girls, so here's the fix. A stupidly powerful fast fan on my Toro TS120. It's a rocket fan. I can't remember how fast it is. I bought it a while ago and it is stupid, but I've had to plug it into the program port, which is fine because this thing's an absolute animal now. So MST, I'll flip you around and better clean all this dust and dog hairs out. But we'll do the demo first. So it's blinky loud. Set the end points up as well. So because it is a stronger, faster fan, these magnets, the magnetic force up there doesn't slow it down like it did on the stock fan. So you turn it off, and I've put a Hobby Wing quick run cover on there, but the difference there, this is a much more powerful fan. I might, as it seems to work out all right at some point, solder those two wires there onto that plug and see how we go. Onto that plug and then stick it back in there. But for now, it can stay there. No harm done, and the magnets will not cause any overheating. Bonus. Toro TS120, censored. I don't know if you can see the sensor wire. Yeah, there. Sensor motor. And this thing is blinking quick, Joe. So I'll have to drop the curve on the controller. Got my brush, so I'll get all the dust off it before I put him away. So next live will be what I thought of the Mst RMX 2.5 RTR. Bit of an unboxing video as well, but you'll see no track day running video, and I will tell